So I was having a lot of fun, especially during the festival, talking about psychedelics and like these notable moments and things I learned during psychedelics, you know, have applied, greatly to me in life. So this one's called The Last Bad Trip. Dear Ewan, I thought I'd tell you the moment I stopped being able to have a bad trip. It was sophomore year in college, and I had probably tripped on LSD or mushrooms 5 or 6 times. The first time was the worst. I did mushrooms alone with only my dog for company. The rest were a string of me laying with my eyes closed and having dark, dark visions. One of those was pretty bad. I had more nightmares in my dreams than ever before after that. But the time I lost the ability to have a bad trip was special. My two best friends at the time, both named John, had planned the trip, and we were doing it in my hometown because my mother was away. I was so interested in how my mind worked that I would always go internal and just be fascinated watching my mind. My two buddies were hanging out. I didn't have the awareness then to realize that I was missing connection. So I'm deep in my mind and thinking and thinking. It's going faster and faster. And I noticed every question was answerable. The nature of a question is like a hollow shape, and the answer is simply the shape filled in. It was so easy to answer any question. I thought, I think this is what they mean by Akashic records. One thing I noticed, every answer gave birth to a new question. I was fascinated, and it kept going faster and faster and faster. I felt so mentally expanded and so much ease. I could envision never feeling like I couldn't know something anymore. And then it started to hurt. It was on autopilot. Each question was answered, and through some kind of symmetry, it would give birth to another question over and over and over. Ouch. I was desperate. My friends were 10 feet away, and I couldn't even muster the strength or wherewithal to ask for help. In a desperate flash of insight, internally, I started chanting, just be, just be, just be, just be. It must have been 1,000 times, over and over, a deep prayer from my being. And then there was an explosion of light, and I entered a state of pure bliss, total ease. And I was so grateful to be saved from the endless question and answer cycle. I slowly got up and wandered over to my friends. One of them was saying something like, "Let's go spend time together in the hot tub." I thought, yeah, that sounds great. The other was looking at us pretty skeptically. Yeah, I don't know about that. I said, "What's the big deal, dude? We're just going to hang out." We tried to pressure him, but he wouldn't go for it. So the two of us went down to the hot tub alone. There, floating in the water, a song came to me. Just a you, just a you, just a you, just a you and I. Bum, just a you, just a you, just a you, just a you and I. Bum. And my friend couldn't stop giggling. Under the stars, it was magical floating there. In the debrief later, my naivete was updated. It actually was a sexual invitation. The guy who was skeptical actually read the situation correctly and passed. Me, the gay guy, missed out on a hot hookup, but still had a wonderful time. And the friend that made the offer has always been a hero of shamelessness. And what I took from that experience was the nature of the mind has a relatively infinite ability to process information as shapes. There isn't a thought that ends thinking. We have the ability to choose being, and connection is the antidote to a bad trip. In the book, The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Tests, some of the first people that experimented with LSD as a group noted, paraphrased here, when anyone is having a bad trip, give them attention without asking them any questions, and they will always be fine. My dad's in the hospital now, but he's doing way better. Super glad my sister is there to take care of him. Hope you're doing great. Mike.